My name is Peter Berninger, and your name is?
Larry K.
Hi, Larry, and what product do you have here at the show this year?
We have our company's BSG Technologies coal signal completion stage, a new category of component based on a brand new, recently patented technology.
And what does it do?
It enables the recovery of and reproduction of information that since the dawn of electronics has been trapped inside of signals and not reproduced. There are complex reasons why it was not reproduced, but the simplified version is that if you remember algebra, +1 and -1 equals 0. In the human brain, when it listens to phase information, +1 and -1 equal 2. That's the way we hear, but not the way electronics reproduce until this invention, which eliminated that cancellation effect, and it enables us now to hear all the phase information, which is all the acoustical information attached to sound, as well as the things that high fidelity, particularly high-end audio, had already become good at, which are the other two elements of sound, amplitude and frequency. Well, when you recover phase information, you recover all the acoustic information, the way you can tell whether you're in a small room, a large room, or outdoors with your eyes closed, just from sound, all directionality, and all distance. And that information is very important to the human and, in fact, the mammalian ear-brain combination. For example, without that ability, which is processed in the human brain in 11 millionths of a second, cavemen in the dark may have run towards the tigers instead of away from them. It is a hardwired, built into our DNA survival mechanism to interpret that information. We have not in audio been able to get that information to any significant extent. We do very well with amplitude, loudness and its variations, frequency, including overtones and everything else that enable us to distinguish voices, one instrument from another, even when they're playing exactly the same note. But we have been without the full panoply of phase information due to cancellation effects in the arithmetic, in essence, of electronics. Our inventor is an unusual man. This is his 14th significant patent, almost all of them audio related, and he is both a very high quality concert level keyboard artist and a professor of audio engineering and acoustics. He was being recorded it's almost 14 years ago now, playing organ in a large church. He went back to the listening booth and basically concluded that it was nothing like what he was hearing when he was out there playing the organ. And he set out to find out why. Turns out it's that cancellation of phase information, a phenomenon that's been recognized by members of the Audio Engineering Society and the Acoustical Society since at least the 1930s.
Well, let's listen to a demonstration of the unit, if we could, please.
We can.
Okay, let's do it next. Thank you very much. Okay, is this with or without?
This is without the technology.
Okay.
This is our bypass button. So when it's lit up, the technology is disengaged.
Okay, turn it up just a little bit, the volume, so the camera can pick that up. That's good.
It was hot, so hard and sticky. I could hardly breathe.
Oh yeah, I hear the difference. I hear a lot more depth.
Far
There's
away.
depth actually in both directions. Remember, in life, in nature, sound is a sphere, radiating in all directions at once till it runs out of energy or gets reflected. Historically, when you read hi-fi reviews, they talk about a hemisphere receding from the plane of the speakers. Real sound does recede, but it also goes forward, and that's what it does with this.
Okay. It's in. Now it's
on right now.
It's on now. Now it's out.
The
Here
wind
it collapsed.
began
It did. It collapsed a lot. It did.
I'm gonna leave it on for a while.
sand drying on his face.
That's very obvious.
When he smiled at me, he wanted to leave, to dive into a fresh lagoon. He wanted to breathe under a big blue moon.
As you may have noticed, when you engage our technology, the sound pressure goes up. It's depending on the recording, anywhere from 1 to 5 dB. Yet if you measure it electrically, 2 volts in is 2 volts out. The difference is this. This is the best analogy I can give you. Imagine a very well-controlled professional guitarist playing in a room that is lined with mattresses, floor, ceiling, walls. He keeps playing, doesn't change his amplitude, doesn't change his dynamics, just keeps playing. Someone else takes all the mattresses out. It will be louder in that room, even though the amplitude of the playing didn't change, because you've now included all the acoustical information, the reverberations of the recording space. The level goes up. We have to remember there are 2 meanings to volume. One, as immortalized in film, is turn it up to 11. That's when we think of it electrically in terms of amplification. But another way to think of it is the difference between a quart of milk and a gallon of milk. This basically creates the gallon of milk from what previously was a quart.
Well,
it's mass.
I just heard it, and I have to agree with the efficacy of the demonstration. I did hear the difference, and it was indeed profound. Good. Thank you very much.
You are welcome very much.